Welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today, Certitude, Part 2, from the Mother. We must march on with the quiet certitude that what has to be done will be done. 6 July 1954. Certitude. Assured and calm, it never argues. Certitude of victory. It is not noisy, but it is sure. These are definitions and comments Mother gave to certain flowers. Faith is a certitude which is not necessarily based on experience and knowledge. Faith, confidence in the divine, and the unshakable certitude of the divine's victory. If we had a true, living faith, an absolute certitude of the almighty power of the divine, his manifestation could be so evident that the whole earth would be transformed by it. 5th November, 1954. So there is only one thing to do: to proceed on one's way, keeping one's own faith and certitude, and to pay no heed to contradictions and denials. There are people who need the support and trust and certitude of others to feel comfortable and to be at ease. They are always unhappy because, of course, they will always come across people who do not believe, and so they will be upset and it will trouble them. One must find one's certitude within oneself, keep it in spite of everything, and go on one's way, whatever the cost, to the very end. The victory is for the most enduring. This is what it should be. Instead of making children ordinary, with that dull, vulgar common sense, which becomes an inveterate habit, and, when something is going well, immediately brings up in the being the idea, "Oh, that won't last." When somebody is kind, the impression, "Oh, he will change." When one is capable of doing something, "Oh, tomorrow I won't be able to do it so well." This is like an acid, a destructive acid in the being, which takes away hope, certitude, confidence in future possibilities. On the contrary, you must tell a child, or yourself, if you are no longer quite a baby, everything in me that seems unreal, impossible, illusory, that is what is true. That is what I must cultivate. When you have these aspirations, not to be always limited by some incapacity, all the time held back by some bad will, you must cultivate within you this certitude that that is what is essentially true, and that is what must be realized. And then you will see, when one is normal, that is to say, unspoilt by bad teaching and bad example, when one is born and lives in a healthy and relatively balanced and normal environment, the body, spontaneously, without any need for one to intervene mentally or even vitally, has the certitude that even if something goes wrong, it will be cured. The body carries within itself the certitude of cure, the certitude that the illness or disorder is sure to disappear. It is only through the false education from the environment that gradually the body is taught that there are incurable diseases, irreparable accidents, and that it can grow old, and all these stories which destroy its faith and trust. But normally, the body of a normal child, the body, I am not speaking of the thought, the body itself, feels when something goes wrong that it will certainly be all right again. And if it is not like that, this means that it has already been perverted. It seems normal for it to be in good health. It seems quite abnormal to it if something goes wrong and it falls ill. And in its instinct, its spontaneous instinct, it is sure that everything will be all right. It is only the perversion of thought which destroys this. As one grows up, the thought becomes more and more distorted. There is the whole collective suggestion, and so, little by little, the body loses its trust in itself, and naturally, losing its self-confidence, it also loses the spontaneous capacity of restoring its equilibrium when this has been disturbed.